News Watch with Dennis Trudeau. What Montreal is all about. The following is a live presentation of CBC Sports.
Montreal has it on that wing. Here's a shot. Henderson made a wild stab for it, fell. Here's another shot. Right by the score. Henderson has scored for Canada.
Here's to Lanny McDonald, to Marcel Dion, to Sittler. Sittler gets by, right in on goal, a shot.
Lemieux ahead to Gretzky. Has Murphy with him on a 2-on-1 to Lemieux. And a goal. He shoots. He scores! Mario Lemieux! Picture-perfect day in Vancouver, BC tonight for the first time in the 1996 World Cup of Hockey. The superpowers of the sport are set to hit the ice, and as fate would have it, they'll collide. It's Team Russia, Team Canada from sold-out GM Place. Bob Cole and Harry Neal are standing by in the booth. Good evening, Ron McLean with Don Cherry and his pals.
All right, here's these guys here. Good Canadian boys. Look all right, good. Snipsy stick. Garth Butcher stick. Good Canadian guy.
That's Mike and Ben and John set to raise the roof on this place. You know, you can't call the game critical, but you'll see in the players' eyes and actions during the introductions in a moment. It's tense before this game tonight. Let's start. Curtis Joseph's the goalie for Canada. Are you surprised?
Well, everybody's going to get mad at me, the goalies, but I don't think anybody's played well. He has played well, better than the other guys, and he was great in the World Tournament. I think that's what Glenn's going on, the World Tournament last year, because he was dynamite, and he's got a big heart, so he'll be ready.
How about the game?
Okay, now if you take the game in Calgary they played, the first period, it was a sweetheart game. It was ice follies, right? And there was 3-1 for the Russians. Eric comes out, takes no prisoners. They didn't even want the puck. They got to go out tonight. They got to go out and hit. Hope Greatson's is pretty good, doesn't call a lot of power plays. If they go out and try to outrush the Russians, they're dead. Go out, play our good, bang, smash, and let's get going. Because Eric, I'll tell you, tonight's going to take no prisoners. I guarantee it. And Messier's got to get going the way Messier gets going.
We'll tell you more about what to ponder in terms of Russia-Canada as we move along, but we're going to get back for the player introductions. Terry Gregson will have his hands full. Tonight's the night you send a message. Game 1 in the North American pool coming up next. You'll meet the faces of Russia and Canada in Vancouver as our presentation on CBC Sports.
Things change, the more things remain the same. X says it all since 1903.
Canadian Tire brings the World Cup into your store. The best sale prices on brand name equipment like Coho, Bauer, Cooper, CCM, Sherwood, Easton, Titan, and Jofa. Canadian Tire's World Cup of Hockey sale. It's here, it's now, and it's real. Canadian Tire. Everyday low prices made better.
The World Cup of Hockey on CBC is brought to you by Molson Export. X says it all since 1903. By Canadian Tire, the greatest moments in hockey brought to you by Canadian Tire. By Chrysler Canada. At Chrysler, we're not just building cars, we're building Canada. And by AT&T Canada.
Now, let's meet tonight's World Cup participants. First, from Team Russia, the head coach, Mr. Boris Mikhailov. Number 30, Andrei Trepidov. Number 35, Nikolai Habibulin. Number 2, Vyacheslav Fetisov. Number 3, Sergei Nemchinov. Number 8, Igor Larionov. Number 10, Alexei Zhemnov. Number 11, Darius Kasparaitis. Number 13, Vyacheslav Kozlov. Number 19, Sergei Alexei Yashin. Number 26, Dmitry Yushkevich. Number 27, Alexei Kovalev. Number 28, Alexander Simak. Number 33, Andrei Nikolishin. Number 38, Vladimir Melnikov. Number 44, Alexei Zhitnik. Number 51, Andrei Kovalenko. Number 55, Sergei Gonchar. Number 56, Sergei Zubov. Number 89, Alexander Mogilny. Number 91, Sergei Fedorov. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1996 Russian World Cup team. Now, introducing Team Canada. Your Team Canada head coach, Mr. Glenn Sather. Number 1, Martin Brodeur. Number 30, Curtis Joseph. Number 4, Scott Stevens. Number 9, Adam Graves. Number 11, Mark Messier. Number 14, Darren Fleury. Number 17, Rod Brindamore. Number 18, Trevor Linden. Number 20, Joe Sakic. Number 22, Claude Lemieux. Number 25, Vincent Van Foos. Number 27, Scott Niedermeyer. Number 37, Eric Desjardins. Number 44, Rob Blake. Number 52, Adam Foote. Number 55, Keith Primo. Number 77, Paul Coffey. Number 88, Eric Lindros. Number 94, Brendan Shanahan. Number 99, Wayne Gretzky. Ladies and gentlemen, your 1996 Canadian World Cup team. Now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the playing of the Russian national anthem. Please remain standing for Oh Canada.
Hockey. I'm Bob Cole, and alongside is Harry Neal. We're high above the ice surface in Vancouver. The GM Place, most beautiful Vancouver, BC, for the first game of the North American pool for the World Cup. And what a great way to start it. As Ron mentioned,
Ladies
Canada
and gentlemen, he
Russia.
arrived in Cape Spear, Newfoundland 10 years ago this week on the last stretch of his 40,000-kilometer World Wheelchair Marathon. Tonight, celebrating the 10th anniversary of his round-the-world tour, please welcome Canada's man in motion, Rick Hansen.
The crowd is saluting Rick Hansen.
One of the great athletes in Canada from here in Vancouver, and he has earned great respect among the citizens of BC and of Canada. And he's going to drop the puck here to start the tournament and to start this great game involving all these great players.
Vyacheslav Fetisov is the captain for Russia, and Wayne Gretzky, Canada's captain. Coach, general manager Glenn Sather walked into the dressing room a little while ago, Team Canada dressing room, and he said, "Gentlemen, good morning. Wayne Gretzky is our captain. Anybody have a problem with that?" The goaltenders starting this game one in the North American pool. 23-year-old Nikolai Habibulin just signed a new contract with Phoenix. Big raise, so he's in the right frame of mind. Some say possibly one of the best goalies in the tournament. Let me tell you, Curtis Joseph is starting for Canada, and this guy is not too shabby either. Glenn Sather's most difficult decision, who should start, he said, of the three, Cujo has been the sharpest.
One other reason he may, as Don Cherry alluded to in his bit in the opening, that Joseph played quite a bit better than Martin Brodeur last year in the World Tournament. And I am sure that had some effect on the coaching staff led by Glenn Sather to choose him to start tonight.
The referee in the hockey game tonight, Terry Gregson, Wayne Bonney, Brad Lazarowicz will work the lines.
Boris Mikhailov is the Russian coach. Can't you remember the great hockey he played in some of those international series in the 70s? He took over from Igor Dmitriev, who was going to coach this team but had a brain tumor in early August. And of course, Canada is led by Glenn Sather, who, Bob, I think is really enjoying this short stint back as a coach.
There's Fedorov. He is starting with wingers Mogilny and Nemchinov for Russia. The defense pairing will be Sergei Zubov, Vladimir Malakov. In front of Curtis Joseph, Desjardins, and Stevens. Lindros gets the start at center ice with Primo and Shanahan on the wings. This is a big Canadian team, and Glenn Sather told me today will come at them hard and hit them often. Well, we'll see. This one is underway, and Lindros is on the puck. Canada on the attack immediately. Into the corner, sweeping it back to the line. Stevens shot. Shanahan again. Back to Stevens a second time. The shot doesn't get to the net. Canada trying to keep it in. Malakov will take it for Russia and get it up near the line. The first hit by Primo. It was a hard one inside the line. Mogilny's pass. Down to Fedorov. He lefts a high one in over the net. It was Fedorov who got dumped heavily inside his own line. They're hitting again back there. Fedorov can't get the puck loose. Gilney had a chance to pick it up and did not. We're just underway, nearing the 1 minute mark. Down the ice it goes. And icing is called.
Well, let's have a look at the lineup here for Team Canada. Here are the 6 defensemen that Glenn Sather and his coaching staff decided to go with in the opener of this tournament. And on the forward line, with 3 games in 4 nights, you can expect Sather will probably go to 4 lines, a little more than Mikhailov will for the Russian team. But is there a weak threesome there? I don't see it.
Shamnov, Larionov, Kozlov, the line on there for Russia now. Canada has Graves on, Messier and Lemieux on the right side. Coffey, the defenseman, pinching Indy. Coffey trying to knock the puck off the boards, does, but Kasparaitis takes it for Russia. Very carefully to Gonchar, up to the line. It's knocked down by Zhemnov. He left it for Kasparaitis, back to Zhemnov. They get into the slot area. Kozlov gets a pass, and a shot off the shoulder of Joseph. Messier gets it out of the zone. Puck loose near the line, and Russia on it again, but a giveaway to Claude Lemieux. And he shoots it, Indy. Gonchar comes back. Canada is changing on the fly. No score. 1:50 gone in the first period. Not many great chances yet in on the net. So a little feeling out time. This is Fetisov, the veteran, back in his own zone. The captain of Russia coming to center, winding up. The shot is nowhere near the net. Kovalev tried to center it, and again back to the line. Gave it shot, stop, rebound, score! Kovalev gets the rebound with the shot from the blue line stopped by Joseph, and Kovalev gives Russia a 1-0 lead.
Well, some poor point coverage in the defensive zones set up for Team Canada allowed the shot from the point, and you're going to see it right here. Yushkevich is going to make this shot. Look where he's standing. Nobody coming out to him, and Joseph makes the stop, but he can't stop the rebound that Kovalev, who's coming in on the left side, put it up high. Here's the shot. No Canada forward in sight. And Kovalev is all by himself and makes it 1-0.
2:18 the time of the first goal in this first game. Russia with a lead. Canada trying to fight back quickly, but it's cleared away by Zubov up to center ice. Nikolishin was dumped. Puck is cleared in. Russia on it again quickly in their own zone, and they get it out to center ice. They're up 1-0. And Canada picking it up and clearing it up on the boards, and out was Stevens. First penalty coming. Going to be against Russia. And maybe we'll get a double penalty here. In fact, we do. 2 of them go. 1-0. Russia takes the lead.
It's true that the curves of Dodge's most advanced cab-forward sedan have caught the eye of driving enthusiasts around the world. But with the addition of independent double wishbone suspension, speed proportional steering, and an available 24-valve 168 horsepower engine, Dodge Stratus drivers have other curves in mind. Dodge Stratus, the latest expression of cab-forward thinking.
Powered by partnership, driven by performance. The same motto that propels this rowing team to the top is the guiding principle in Dynamic Mutual Funds. Along with your independent financial advisor, you have a dynamic team of dedicated managers, partners, pulling together to achieve the only financial goals that really matter, yours. Dynamic Mutual Funds, your partner for dynamic performance.
Each team gets a penalty on this exchange. Joe Sakic got the first one for Canada on a hook right there, as you can see. And then about 5 seconds later, Malakoff got a hooking penalty as he called down Theron Fleury.
Kovalev has given Russia a 1-0 lead. Yushkevich and Fetisov got the assist, 2:18 the time of that first goal. So 1-0 Russia. And a lot of room out there now. Ogilny was open, couldn't get the pass thanks to the defensive play by Stevens. Kasparaitis back in his own zone, bumped by Big Lindros. And Russia on the move. This is Fedorov, lost the helmet but keeps going. Kasparaitis' shot. Big rebound to Fedorov. Gonchar waits at the line. Laid in on the wing and all the way to the right side, and McGillney trying to throw it in front. He gets another chance. McGillney turning away from his check in the corner. Centered it. Fedorov covered. Stevens takes it. Long rink-wide pass. Lindros near center. Takes a light bump from Gonchar. And back in his own zone, Larionov turning with it. Coming out. Jitnik through center. Gets to the line and turns back. He is forced back by Graves. Yuskevich up with a weak shot. Joseph the save. Larionov on it. Russia controlling. The high, hard one by Kozlov. Off the glass. Thrown back to the net. And Foot is coming out to start Coffey. Graves with a pass at center. Dumps it in wide of the net. Russia leading 1-0. Early in the game, nearing the 5-minute mark. In back of the net, Yuskevich picks it up for Russia. He was hit immediately. Coffey screen shot. Didn't get to the net. Blocked in front of the goal. Russia back out through center, Kozlov. And he primed the shot as he hit the line and missed the net. Messier. Good pace starting this game. His pass doesn't get through. Cleared away by Zubov. Russia back to pick it up, and they'll try it again. On their own side of center, they dump it away. And once again, they back up. Kovalev, who got the goal for Russia. Fetisov, right wing pass. Kovalev stopped in his tracks, rolled it ahead, though. Yashin couldn't get a shot. Kovalev doing great work in the first period for Russia. Made a play back to the line. Fetisov back of the net. Kovalev is open in front. Now he's come in and helped. Russia pressing Canada in the early going of this first game. Finally, Gretzky gets it ahead. Long shot in by Niedermeyer, wide of the net. Fetisov the first one back. It's held. And a call. Icing.
Well, the Russian lineup includes 22 NHL regulars, and they are representing the 46 NHL players that are from Russia. They have dressed 7 defensemen tonight and 11 forwards. As you can see, here are the 7, and they will slot somebody in there to play with Nikoleshin and Seamak. Lindros has always led Canada in hits in these exhibition series, and I really think he does a lot of it. And if Canada thinks they're going to scare Russia away with a lot of body checks, they're not. But if Canada will keep taking them out and not allow the Russians to use the pass and go, which they love, it will be of some benefit. But I think Canada in the early part of this game have tried to get too many hits and have sacrificed some skating so far. And we should have learned a long time ago as Canadians, you're not going to scare the Russians.
Sakic, Brind'Amour, and Fleury, the line for Canada. Down 1-0. Long shot from the blue line, kicked away by Habibulin. Canada dumping it back in. Shamnov rolled it all the way through everybody down the ice, right on the net. Joseph steers it aside, and this is Scott Niedermeyer. Nearing the 7-minute mark, period 1. Niedermeyer forechecked. He has to go back. Nearly coughed it up. Eventually, they lose it. Little weak backhander by Seamak. Missed the net. Fleury left it for Niedermeyer. He likes to rush, and he's up with Sakic. Sakic coming in, and Niedermeyer couldn't get the pass. And a penalty coming up to Russia. Joseph leaves the net. Cleared in on the far side, and Brind'Amour couldn't center it. Sakic trying to get it back, and finally they stop it. And there's a penalty called against Russia, who are leading 1-0.
Make it summertime every day of the year.
Dear Scotty, trust me, son, Paris is a long, long way from Winnipeg. When I'm not working, I've been touring the town. You know, just taking in the sights.
Fine sunny morning here in the Peg in Portage and Maine.
Work is going well. I'm here setting up a 1-800 call center for English, French, and German customers. So it's complicated. They really appreciate our technical expertise and that good old Canadian know-how on taking care of customers better. And I gotta tell you, they really are nice people. But I sure miss you guys. Give Mom my love.
See you, Dad.
Ron McAndrews is just one of the people at AT&T Canada, helping companies around the world stay close to their customers.
Got it, it's swept down the ice by Sergei Fedorov. Dom Foose is 25. Here's Sakic, he's number 20. Coffey, 77. There's Gretzky, 99. And ahead of him was 88, Eric Lindros. But he couldn't pick up the pass, so Sakic is trying it again. Fired it by Dom Foose and in deep. Heavy Bullen stepping onto the net, trying to clear it, but Lindros was waiting for it. Gretzky will set it up in front of the net. It's batted away and down the ice again. A minute 5 left in the penalty. 1-0. Russia. The goal by Kovalev. Back at 2:18. Canada on a power play. Can't control this one, and it's shot away. Joseph out of the net. Waiting for the regrouping of Team Canada. Pass hits Messier on the fly, coming in. Angle shot. Abby Bullen sharp. Desjardins kept it in. Kasparaitis came flying in there. Hit his man. He went down. And Messier got the elbow up on him, and he is going.
And the Russian player hasn't got up yet. Messier's trying to plead with referee Gregson. He was just protecting himself as the rugged Kasparaitis took a run at Messier. Here it is right here, and you can see that Messier gave Kasparaitis a little bit of the leather right in the face, and so Mark Messier will get a penalty for elbowing, and one that was pretty easy to call.
Harry, we should mention the other night in Calgary, we saw these two teams in probably one of the finest exhibition games I have witnessed, and we saw the animosity in that game. This might be a little carryover. Kasparaitis was something else. So was Messier.
Well, we all know Mark Messier's got a mean streak, and it is something we have seen throughout his great career, and here's an example of it right here. His theory is, if you're going to hit me, you're going to swallow my elbow or my stick on the way in.
So now Russia leading 1-0. We're playing at even strength with Canada. 15 seconds from now, they'll go on the power play. Larionov knew that, and he played it back. They kill a little bit of time, waiting for the man from the penalty box. Nemchinov is ready to come out now. Nikolishin, rather, down on the wing. Canada. Lindros can't find the pass. Russia on a power play now. Nikolishin has left the penalty box. They're up 1-0 on Team Canada. Nearing the halfway mark of this first period. Good work in on the boards. Canada killing lots of time in there. Lindros and Kasparaitis are going to go at it. Can you believe it? This Kasparaitis is a tough nut for Russia. And I don't have to tell you about number 88 for Canada. Boy, were they rocking each other in on the boards. And Lindros was ragging the puck with his skates, and Kasparaitis didn't like it and came back at the big guy. And here's what happened.
Kasparaitis will get up, and he'll be coming right back. He has no fear. And Eric Lindros, who was being handled in the defensive zone coverage in a kind of a nasty fashion by Kasparaitis, finally got frustrated. It went on for about 20 seconds. 11 Kasparaitis against Lindros 88. And Lindros is a tough guy to pin, as you can see, but Kasparaitis will not let him go. And he will not back away. And he lost the fight. But every one of his teammates have gone to him, I'm sure, and told him that's exactly what we have to do. Stand up to the physical play of Canada.
Kasparaitis is 5'11", 195 pounds. Big Lindros, and I mean big, 6'4", 230. So you got to give full marks to Kasparaitis for trying, playing hard. And believe me, folks, these games will show the best of the best players in the world, and that's what we've got in this World Cup.
Well, if Canada's going to win, here are some of the things I think they have to pay attention to. Be physical, but be sensible. Be careful of the neutral zone. No lazy passes. Don't let Russia outwork you. I mentioned you can't intimidate them. Don't waste your time trying. And when you're killing a penalty, and they've got the likes of McGillney or Fedorov, they are trying to go at Zamnov for the shorthanded goal.
Messier has 1 minute 8 seconds left in his penalty. So Russia has the extra man on there now. They're up 1-0. Here's the attention front. Score! Dom Fuss for Canada.
Here it is right here, some nice forechecking by Trevor Linden as he fights off Zubov, gets it right out to Dom Fuss, who with a quick wrist shot, Happy Bulin got part of it, but not enough of it. He comes out to cut the angle down, but still can't handle the shot. A good bit of forechecking by Linden, and a nice pass to Dom Fuss, who put it in.
9:23 the time of the tying goal. That's short-handed Canada. Big work by this man, Linden, to dig it out, and Dom Fuss made no mistake. 1-1.
Little change here. You see the linesman is dropping the puck at center ice. In this year in the National League, the referee does it one time to start the game. All the other center ice face-offs after a goal and starting the period are handled by the linesman.
Pt1 made a play. Kovalev was checked. The puck is sent back down the ice. 40 seconds left in the Canada penalty. That'll be Messier. He'll be out of the box in now 35 seconds. A 1-1 tie. Halfway mark coming up in the first period. Kovalenko coming in there on the wing. Gets down to the corner. Taken out of the play. Kovalev had a chance and then lost that chance. And Canada clears it. 15 seconds left in the penalty to Messier. Canada has tied it. Dom Fuss from Linden. A 9:23 shorthanded goal. This is Coffey. Fired it hard on the boards. That'll get ahead and cleared out of the zone by Brindamore. Kovalenko. They swing around in the big circles through center. Fedorov runs into the wall at the blue line. Battles by everybody. 2 checks. Keeps going. Centered it. Kovalev was open. Couldn't get a shot though. Here come 3 Canadians. Led by Sakic. Sakic and Brindamore. Fleury had it hop over his stick. Sakic again. Quick shot by Sakic. Stopped by Happy Bulin. Fleury on it. Got as far as the line and lost control and a roll to center ice. 11 minutes gone in the first period. First game, North American pool, World Cup. Russia and Canada are tied. Russia on the attack. Gonchar trying to lift one at the net. Joseph steered that away. Down goes Gonchar. Hit from behind. The play goes right on. Teams are even out there now and on the board. A goal apiece. Shot in across the line and cleared again. McGillney went after his man. Couldn't catch him. Canada getting the puck. Graves tipped it up to Messier. Messier is stopped. Squeezed out by Malakov. Back for Russia. Through center. Larionov dropping it. Zamnov closing in. Larionov hit the side of the net. In a bit too far. And Joseph had the angle on him. Team Canada coming back out, led by Messier. They're going to change on the goal as they shoot it in. Lemieux leaving it back in the net. Gretzky got out front and missed the backhander. Zamnov back out for Russia. Yashin with them. They don't get too far. 7:45 remaining in the first period. Russia scored first. Canada tied it. Short-handed situation. Kovalev for Russia. Dom Foose for Canada. Penalty coming up. Russia. And there's the call. A tripping call. Canada on a power play when we come back.
Dear Scotty, trust me, son, Paris is a long, long way from Winnipeg. When I'm not working, I've been touring the town. You know, just taking in the sights.
Fine, sunny morning. You're in the bag in Portage and Maine.
These are the kind of penalties coaches hate. 198 feet from your own net. Kovalev, as you're going to see right here, hooks Scott Stevens and hauls him down. Sergei Fedorov, one-on-one, one of the most dangerous players in the league. He beats Coffey, then he beats Sakic, and then he makes a pass into the danger zone. And you're going to see many more times in this series, especially among the U.S., Russia, and Canada, where the one-on-ones go to the offensive player. That doesn't happen nearly as often in normal NHL play. Of course, all these guys play the game with the puck, and it makes it tough on the defender.
Canada's power play. Gretzky. This is Dom Foose, who has scored the Canadian goal. Sakic is to his left. Dom Foose wants to keep going with it. Coffey and Shanahan are the other two on there for Canada in this man advantage situation. Shot down the ice, so they're back to pick it up. 7:05 left in the first period. We are tied 1-1. This is Sakic. Dom Foose back to Sakic. And he decides to pick his way through for a shot. Hit a skate. He got it again. Trying to roll it back. It was picked up and cleared down the ice by Nicolishin. Canada back. Coffey turns. No hole for him. He tried to go to Sakic. It got up to Gretzky. He was bumped by Seaman. Graves in. Gretzky looks for it. Gets it. Wayne Gretzky sees the man open at the line. Drags a player with him first. Then to Sakic. Shot by Coffey. Just missed on the short side. 50 seconds left on this power play for Canada. They'll make a change. Messier hops over the boards along with Desjardins. Messier. Full steam coming up. Gets to the line. Messier passes back. Fleury. Great save by Heavy Bullen. Good setup by Messier. Fleury with a quick shot. Another one now. It's tipped at the side of the net. Messier trying to jam it out front again. Waits to the blue line. Niedermeyer fired one through a screen. Messier's shot hit a leg and bounced away from the net. Big pressure by Canada on the power play. Niedermeyer stopping it on the backhand, however. Now it's Desjardins. Shoots, scores! 2-1, Canada. Great shot from the blue line. Canada, power play goal, and they're up 2-1.
Well, some excellent offensive puck control on this power play, and Desjardins shows you just get the puck on the net. That's all he wanted to do, and Happy Bullen couldn't find it, and it went in. Here's another look at it. Oh, great big windup. Looks up, gets it past the penalty-killing forward, and Happy Bullen is screened by Graves. And Zubov, the score is 2-1 Canada.
Desjardins gets the goal. Messier an assist. And Niedermeyer gets the other assist. 14:24 the time. Russia attacking again now. Canada with a lead for the first time in the game, 2-1. Yuskiewicz's shot is blocked. Shanahan just missed that lead pass. Big Primo is up there with Shanahan. Primo shot one at the net. Knocked down in front. Fetisov lost it. Shanahan! He's hauled down, trying to get the shot away. Did get it away, but not all of it. And a penalty to Fetisov.
As a rule, engines develop good torque only when you push hard on the accelerator. But even at idle speed, a Dodge Magnum V8 can pull not only this loaded Ram 1500, but this loaded 2500 and a loaded 3500 as well. 15 tons. That's because every Ram truck has to pull much more than its own weight, even at idle speed. Dodge. Canada's truck stop.
There is a girl being born in America, and somebody will tell her she is beautiful, and somebody will tell her she is strong. Somebody will tell her she's precious, and somebody will say she is tough. There is a girl being born in America, and someone will give her a doll, and someone will give her a ball, and then someone will give her a chance.
Vyacheslav Fetisov, the captain, for hooking.
But he had to hook him after this poor pass up the middle that was picked off by Shanahan. And there you can see Fetisov hooked the left arm of Shanahan, the high arm on the stick, and pulled him down.
Lindros, Dumfus to his left. Gretzky parked on the right. Sakic and Coffey, that's the power play for Canada. They're on it. Khabibulin covering that short side on Dumfus. Canada 2, Russia 1. 4:35 remaining in the first period. And again, Canada on a power play. Here they come. Sakic fired up in this first period. Shoots it in. Here comes Lindros. That's Gretzky. Tapped it out. Sakic couldn't knock it down. Puck popping over his stick. Coffey. Gretzky missed that pass, but Lindros is going to go in there ahead of everybody. Tapped in back of the net by Zubov. That's called.
With great prices and Canadian Tire money, you won't just save, you'll score. Canadian Tire, everyday low prices made better.
Some of the new rules to be used this year in the National Hockey League are being used in this tournament. You've noticed the face-off markings in the end zone. Goals allowed now if it hits your skate. Unless you kick it in, it's going to count. The video goal judge can't come down to the referee, but the referee can go up to him if he wants. Because the players are getting taller, the maximum length of the stick goes to 63 inches from 60.
Canada on the power play for another 110. Unless, of course, they can bag one here and take a 3-1 lead. So 2-1 Canada. They have the puck inside the Russian line. Coffey, slap shot, knocked down, big rebound. Gretzky hopped on it quickly to Coffey again near the line. Fired one in. Here's Gretzky. Can't make the play. It was cleared away by Nikolishin. Niedermayer will step in over the line. Gretzky heading for the net. Tapped away by Khabibulin. He saw 99 come in. And now Lindros. Back to Niedermayer. Shoots. That's blocked neatly by Nikolishin. Dumfus for Gretzky. Quick pass off the boards to Coffey. Into the slot. Lindros is covered. Nikolishin doing a good job helping to kill off this penalty, which has 20 seconds left on it. Fetisov is in the box, and the puck is shot down the ice. 3 minutes remaining in the first period. 2-1 Canada. Niedermayer. And to poke it back in front of his own net. The Messier coming up through the middle. Beautiful pass. Score! Shanahan. 3-1 Canada. What a play.
What a pass by Mark Messier.
What a pass is right, Harry. Watch it.
This is exactly the way these two guys worked together on a pass Monday night in Edmonton in the game against the Slovakian team. Khabibulin, no chance. Here's the pass. Messier made sure he got to the blue line. Shanahan made sure he was onside, looked up and just put it on the stick side to make it 3-1. And here's what the Canadian bench thought of that play.
Shanahan with the breakaway pass and the beautiful shot to make it 3-1 Canada. 17-11, the time of that goal. Messier and Niedermeyer got the assist. Shanahan scored.
There's no question the political situation in Quebec is making people stop and think about their future.
English-speaking Quebecers and ethnic Quebecers feel they worked really hard at building this country, and they could lose what they built. And that is a very frightening thought to many of them.
Our job is to examine what the politicians are saying today, and then tell people how they will be affected in the future.
Newswatch with Dennis Trudeau. What Montreal is all about.
I drive over 100,000 miles a year, and CBC has become a pretty important part of my life. It gives me more of an appreciation for other parts of the country. This is my source of information. I feel like it's my radio station. Thanks for keeping me company on my travels and keeping me entertained. CBC is part of my world.
60 years of CBC Radio. Radio to call our own.
The penalty to Fetisov had expired 1 second when Brendan Shanahan scored that goal.
Shanahan with 3 goals in the exhibition games led Team Canada in scoring, and here on a very nifty heads-up shot, he puts it by Happy Boone.
2:30 left in the first period. Canada has opened up a 3-1 lead on Russia. They spotted Russia the first goal, but have outshot them since that time 15-6. And Russia's Fedorov brought it in over the line. Somebody ahead of him. Offside called.
It's only the second offside of this period, and I know Team Canada coaches were saying they want the defensemen to stay up if they can. But you have to have a big heart to stay up on a guy like Fedorov, because if he catches you standing still, you are going to be standing still as he roars by you. That was a nice play. An offside cause is a good defensive play whenever you can ring.
Puck is shot in by Graves. Happy Boulin leaving it at the side of the net. Yuskevich made the play, and Russia clears it. They get as far as center. Can't keep going, though. Canada standing up at the line again. That was Stevens, and he just rolled it away. Russia organizing. Fedorov dropped it back. Zhitnik shot it in. Russia is changing with 1:45 left in the first period. Stevens hit Mogilny and flattened him. This is Stevens. Mogilny comes back at Stevens. Gave him a light rub along the boards. Larionov picking it up and clearing it through center. Mogilny dropped it back. Right onto the stick of Gretzky, a steal, but 3 Russians are back, so he goes to down Foose. Gretzky tried to roll it back into him, but it was knocked down and cleared back out over the line. 1:15 remaining in the period. Coming in is Zhamnov. He was stopped. Gretzky had a chance near center. The puck went behind him, and Canada is changing. As we near the 19-minute mark of the opening period, Canada leads 3-1. Okay, we're in the final minute now. Niedermeyer tapping it down. He likes to join the rush. Lindros took the shot. Abby Bolin was out in a hurry with Big Primo coming right for him.
Well, Canada has settled down after a first 10 minutes where I think they were too intent on getting hits and not concentrating on the rest of their game. And since then, they've picked up the pace. They've taken the hits when they're available, but they haven't gone searching for them when you couldn't get them. And Alexander Mogilny, the local hero, was knocked down twice on the shift, once by Graves and there by Stevens. I think Canada should keep investing in being physical. Don't run all over the ice trying to get the hit. Take it if it's there, just as Graves and Scott Stevens did.
Lindros, Shanahan, and Primo the line for Canada. Niedermeyer is back at the blue line with Rob Blake. Face off to the right of Happy Boulin. That is Alexei Yashin at center ice for Russia. Couldn't win the draw. Niedermeyer, big crowd in front, gets set, shoots, stop. Big rebound for him. He and Lindros jump on it. Lindros swinging away. Kasparaitis and Lindros again in on the boards. Lindros Threw it at the net. Hamby Bullen stopped it with a stick. 30 seconds left in the period. Kovalenko shooting it in for Russia. Blake the first one back. Trying to hit his man who sidestepped him. Lindros flipped the high one. That'll bounce down near the line. And Primo is offside.
Well, this big line of Primo, Shanahan, and Lindros really caused trouble for the defenseman. And this brave little Russian Kasparaitis doesn't mind hitting guys and doesn't mind getting hit. But the Russian defense, I think, can be taken advantage of if you keep taking them out. But you're not going to scare this little guy, Kasparaitis. I guess he's not too little at 190, but when he's lined up against this line, everybody looks little, and there he gives Big Primo a ride over his hip.
So the face-off will come just inside Canada's blue line with 18 seconds left in the period. Canada 3, Russia 1. Canada's past the 2-minute mark. Canada, after that, out shooting Russia 17-6 with 5 seconds left in the period. And it looks as if that will be the total shots for this period, because there's the horn and the first 20 minutes have gone by. Canada has a 2-goal lead.
Well, you mentioned, Bob, the number of great players in this tournament. 16 team-leading scorers are in it. 21 of the top 24 point producers are in this tournament. Lemieux, Correa, and Oates, the only 3 out. And 9 of the top 11 point-leading defensemen, only Larry Murphy and Ray Bourque, are absent. Team Canada badly outplayed the Russians in the last 10 minutes after looking like they were in trouble in the first 10.
A shot by Yuskevich for Russia near the blue line allowed Kovalev to pick up the rebound when Joseph made the initial stop and score at 2:18. Dom Fusto got the crowd here in Vancouver jumping when Linden did great work in the corner and got it back out front. Desjardins and Shanahan completing the scoring. 3-1 Canada. And here's Ron McLean.
Down in the dressing room just outside Team Canada's locker room, in fact, with Mark Messier. Congratulations, Mark, on a great start to the game, or at least a great finish to the period. How'd it feel to you?
Well, I think we were a little tight to start the period off. We weren't moving our legs as well as we should have been, but got ourselves going a little bit towards the end of the period and scored a couple goals because of it.
Don Cherry was livid when Kasparaitis ran into you, and you got a 2-minute minor, but you bounced back with 2 beautiful setups, especially to spring Brendan Shanahan. Tell us about the chemistry on the team. Never mind the worry about injuries, but how well do you think this group's been able to come together in such a short time?
Scott's done a great job doing that. First of all, getting the families involved with the whole training camp up in Whistler, and I think we got a lot of experience and young guys came here with a great attitude. Everybody came in great shape, and because of it, didn't take us long to really gel as a team.
What are you doing to your skate?
Just getting a sharpening right here. I got to keep those edges sharp.
Yes, you do. Congratulations. Great start.
Thanks very much.
There's Mark Messier of Team Canada, 3-1. The Canadians lead the Russians at the end of 20 minutes of play. Don Cherry is next as we continue our coverage of the World Cup of Hockey on CBC Sports.
Make it summertime every day of the year. Have a barbecue and your summer is here. Thinking summertime, you got Subway, you got Subway.
In Game 1 of North American pool action this evening, first intermission, Canada leads Russia by a score of 3-1. 3 unanswered goals to give the Canadians a 2-goal cushion. Don.
What? Look, I got to say something. I'm going to get in a lot of trouble here, but what is this, hockey night in Canada or hockey night in Russia? All I hear, how great these guys are, how there they were, Detroit, the Fabulous Five. Now I'm hearing how great they are tonight. Can't intimidate them, can't scare them. How about the time when Van Impe ran over the guy and they walked off the ice? How about the time Clark broke the guy's ankle, they never won a game after? How about that?
1972.
How about Messier? Wait a minute. Okay. How about Messier in Edmonton whacks the guy, 42 stitches, they wanted to go home. How about tonight? They were losing, Canada was losing 1-0 tonight, Eric grabs, slaps that yellow little Kasparaitis around. He hits the guy after a whistle. He submarined him, Primo, after an offside. It was 1-0. Eric grabbed the little rat, slapped him around a little. 3-1. Can't scare them. What is this? I'm sick and tired of hearing how great they are. They're down 3-1. They died with the fabulous 5 dive. They are sucked, and they always have sucked. The only time we lost in the Canada Cup, what this should be called, was because when Mike Liu turned into a sieve, and we only lost 1 game. Other than that, they've done nothing.
Well, they're in a bit of a drought now. But first, Darius Kasparaitis, how can you question his integrity? He's been tough. He's played it tough.
Just a minute.
Mario?
Hey, Turtles, you dropped up. Not only that, he drops it, he knows Eric won't get him.
It's a mismatch, though, with Eric.
Never mind. He wants it, he gets it. How about Wayne Bonney? Wayne Bonney jumps in and grabs Eric while Kasparaitis is loose. So I'm tired. That's it. I don't want to say anymore. I don't like the name. I'm going to have my say tonight, and then I'm going to, that's it.
Then you're leaving?
No. Yeah, I might leave. Don't like them, like the Russians. Can't scare them. Anyhow.
They are much more like us in the way they play the game now than they used to be.
Yeah. Quiet, eh? Okay. I don't understand a lot of things in this whole thing. First of all, I don't like the name World Cup because it's World Cup soccer and all stuff like that. Second of all, it should be Canada Cup. It's our name. I'm ticked off that Hamilton didn't get a game because it was 17,005. Gretzky said he gives the Canada Cup. They owe it to the city of Hamilton for the great job they did. I don't like the lousy schedule we got. We got the lousiest schedule of anybody in the whole tournament. We got to play 3 and 4 games. The Americans play 2 games in New York, and then they have a nice game, nice little thing. The Russians got a tough one, but not as tough as us.
Not really. They play over 5 days, so they can play 3 lines tonight. Canada can't.
That's right, and we're still going to win because we got the heart and soul, and I'm sick and tired of how great Fedorov is. The guy's a diver, and he died last year in the playoffs, and he's dying tonight.
Okay, but isn't it fair to say you're really proud of Canada and why they always win? You would admit that the Russians are good, at least?
They're talented.
Yeah, that's good.
Skill.
Perfect. Yeah, that's good.
Hey.
You know, and Tarasov always said that. Anatoly Tarasov, the father of Soviet hockey.
We got something on. Hey, I'm not getting to a tirade. I don't like the format. What's the Czechs doing in here? What's the Slovaks doing in here?
Czechs are the world champions.
I don't care. They might not never win a game unless they play the Slovaks or something, whatever it is. What's the Germans doing in here?
But the rub is the Czechs can take it easy now, and they may come through in the 3rd spot and surprise everybody.
I don't like the training camp. I don't like the training camps. 2 weeks of training camps. That's absolutely ridiculous. The players said, well, they don't want to leave their loved ones. Well, we left our loved ones in 76 for 4 weeks. You can't get in shape. That's why they got 4 groins out there right now.
Who are your final 4?
All right. Canada, Russia.
Hey, good.
USA and Sweden. They'll be in the final 4.
So you don't like the travel either, you and Glenn Sather. I'll say this. You're snappy dressers, and you're traveling too much, which makes this definitely a suitcase. That's all I can think of. Glad to hear you're back. How was your summer?
I'm back.
Don Cherry with some thoughts on this 1996 World Cup of Hockey. In case you've forgotten, it's 3-1 Canada leading Russia at the end of a period of play here in BC.
Hello? Hello? Echo! Go!
Introducing the all-new 97 Jeep.
If you've only seen it once, you're just getting started. At theaters now.
Back in Vancouver en route to Philadelphia, and I'm afraid to admit I'm very impressed by those Americans. Saturday night at 8 will feature Canada and the U.S. You talk about the travel, here's Glenn Sather on both sides of the border, both coasts.
We've got a tough game against the Soviets. We travel all the way to Philadelphia. We play the Americans who are sitting there waiting for us. And then that night get on the chart and go to Ottawa and play the Slovaks. So we've got 3 games in 4 nights and travel about 6,000 or 7,000 miles. But we've presented the players as a challenge. You know, let's give it to these guys anyway, and let's give it to the organizers of the tournament anyway for putting the schedule together like this. So we're trying to win every game, and our goal is not to intimidate somebody, but to win the hockey game.
Head coach of Team Canada, Glenn Sather. 3-1, the Canadians lead the Russians after 20 minutes. We'll continue our coverage of the 1996 World Cup of Hockey in a moment.
The greatest moments in hockey, brought to you by Canadian Tire.
Who's the greatest player in international hockey history? What's the greatest goal? The greatest team? You tell us. Enter Canadian Tire's Greatest Moments in Hockey contest, and you could win great hockey prizes, including the grand prize trip to Montreal, where you, 9 of your friends, and hockey legends Paul Henderson and Vladislav Tretiak will watch Game 2 of the World Cup Hockey Finals in your own private luxury box. What will the next greatest moment in hockey be? Pick up your ballot at Canadian Tire before September 9th, and it could be yours.
And the Renoyer has it on that wing. Here's a shot. Henderson made a wild stab for it, fell. Here's another shot. Right in front. They score! Henderson has scored for Canada.
I was, I think, 11 years old, and my next door neighbor had just bought a new color TV. We didn't have a color TV at the time. So I'd called them to ask them if I'd come over and watch the game. So I went over next door and I watched the hockey game. I watched it in color, which was a big thrill that time. And you'll never forget it. I think it was the greatest goal in Canadian hockey history.
Well, you know, personally, I remember I was 9 years old at the time, and living in Sault Ste. Marie, attending St. Mary's grade school. And I remember when Paul Henderson scored his goal, we had the entire grade school in the gym, and we were all watching it in the auditorium. And you know, I can still remember vividly the whole auditorium erupting when that puck went in the net. It was a great feeling.
Well, 1972, that's the year I was born. It's the year that Henderson scored a big goal. So it's, you know, people say, well, impossible that you remember that. But, you know, my dad was there, took the picture of that winning goal. And, you know, for me, it's just a big memory of, you know, Canada. And I'm just glad, you know, that my dad was there to take the picture, and I was able to live it even though I was not even a year old at that time.
Canadian Tire, Canada's hockey store, a proud sponsor of the World Cup of Hockey.
Universal Pictures presents the story of a cop.
You're under arrest.
A criminal.
How can you do this?
And the end of a beautiful friendship. Damon Wayans, Adam Sandler. Bulletproof starts Friday, September 6th at theaters everywhere.
When you need a sealant that's got to stick, Mono Ultra does the trick. Mono Ultra. When it calls for the best, the choice is clear. There won't be anything like it for years. Mono Ultra. It works in the sun. It works in your shower. You wash up with water and make it an hour. Whatever the kitchen surface, nothing sticks to the job like Mono Ultra. And it's mildew-proof in the bathroom. Mono Ultra. Get the Mono.
Hollywood Pictures presents the most lovable 10-year-old you'll ever meet. Yes! Robin Williams is flat out terrific in this extremely funny film. Don't miss Jack, now playing at a theater near you.
Anglophone farming communities in Quebec struggle with the specter of separation.
Parts of Quebec may separate, but we live in Quebec, Canada, forever.
Watch English Enclaves Sunday on Country Canada.
Imagine if you were pregnant.
I think I might be. You're gonna do it all. Family, school, everything.
I won't be coming back next year.
You can say it, you know.
I'm gonna do what you suggested, an abortion.
Liberty Street. Reality Bites Back, Tuesday.
There's no question the political situation in Quebec is making people stop and think about their future.
English-speaking Quebecers and ethnic Quebecers feel they worked really hard at building this country, and they could lose what they built. And that is a very frightening thought to many of them.
Our job is to examine what the politicians are saying today and then tell people how they will be affected in the future.
Newswatch with Dennis Trudeau. What Montreal is all about.
Good evening. I'm Allison Smith. Here are some of the stories we're working on tonight for The National. More testimony at the Somalia inquiry today about the alleged cover-up at National Defense. The former head of public affairs at the department, Colonel Jeff Haswell, says documents were purposely altered to keep them away from reporters. Haswell's the only person formally charged in connection with the cover-up. The former Premier of British Columbia, Bill Bennett, has been found guilty of insider trading. The BC Securities Commission says Bennett profited improperly from a tip about the collapse of a major business takeover. And a Mexican rebel group has launched a series of well-coordinated raids aimed directly at the country's tourist trade. Last night, the guerrillas attacked 3 of Mexico's most popular beach resorts, Acapulco, Ixtapa, and Huatulco. We'll have those stories and more later tonight on The National.
It seems ironic that trucks so diligently engineered to be quiet would have so much volume. Dodge Ram and Dodge Ram Club Cab, the roomiest pickups on the road. Dodge. Canada's truck stop.
Recently, scientists discovered evidence of life on another planet. Oh my God. Duh. Independence Day at theaters now.
Hey, Coach. Yeah? I can't get my helmet on.
From the land of sunshine comes the greatest long shot
What's a bobsled?
in Olympic history. John Candy.
Oh, goody.
Cool Runnings, September 15th.
This portion of the World Cup of Hockey on CBC is brought to you by Chrysler Canada. At Chrysler, we're not just building cars, we're building Canada. And by new Hostess potato chips. They're absolutely unbelievable.
Canada 3, Russia 1. As we come up to period 2, Kovalev made it 1-0 Russia at 2:18. Damphus at 9:23, a shorthanded goal. Great work by Linden on that one. Desjardins at 14:24. Messier and Niedermeyer. They got 2 more assists when Shanahan was given that long, beautiful pass by Messier.
Well, this was the prettiest goal of all 4 goals scored in the first period. Messier, the presence of mind to stay onside at his end of the neutral zone, and Shanahan the same thing, and then a little wrist shot. Abby Boulin was paralyzed and had no chance.
And period 2 is underway. Russia in a hole after 1 period. Niedermeyer made it up to Shanahan. He got it out quickly. Fetisov, number 2 for Russia. And this is Fedorov trying to get some room and does not find it. Desjardins bumping with him now. Puck is loose out in front. Down is Joseph to steer it away. Little battle in on the boards with a big crowd. Fedorov shot, knocked down in the crease, and Joseph was sprawling out of the net. And he grabbed it. Let's go to Ramatlain.
Bob, as you know, this is the first game in North American pool action, but the European pool games have been underway for some time. This afternoon, Sweden was in action versus the Czech Republic and won handsomely. The Czechs have really stumbled in this tournament. Matt Sundin has 2 goals thus far. He scored his first of the game to pot them to the lead. Well, obviously it happened overseas, so it's slow getting here. Here's a save by Tommy Soderstrom. He had 21 saves for the shutout. Sweden wins it. They and the Finns are 2-0. They will play noon Eastern on Sunday in Stockholm. The Swedes will have to win that to win the pool. Bob.
Thanks, Ron. Adam Foote is 52. He tried to roll the puck out. It's back deep again, and this is Mark Messier leading it. Coffey. And Foote again. Coming out to Lemieux. And Messier is moving in quickly. Messier around his man Gonchar. Back of the net, left it there. Canada trying to center it. Gonchar picked it up and cleared it out of the zone. And Coffey will go back. Team Canada changing. Coffey's quick pass. Kozlov nearly picked that up. And then Adam Foote chases it. He and Damphus can't get it out. Russia. After it is Larionov. Fired from the line, and Joseph out of the net quickly to stop it. He's away out of the net now. But fortunately, Canada clears it out. Lemieux overskates it. Gets another whack at it, but Yuskevich for Russia took it. And here he is. Coming away to center. Long shot in. Canada trying to get to it. They do. Linden picked it up, and that's icing against Russia.
Well, the Canadian roster contains 9 current NHL team captains. And this Team Canada represents the 372 players who play in the National League who hail from Canada, that being 62% of the NHL player population. Paul Coffey, Kozlov, Lemieux, and Kasparaitis in a little scrum in the corner to the right of Curtis Joseph. And the Russians have to get the next goal, I think, to give them a little momentum. They've been on their heels since halfway through the first period.
Kovalev, who has scored the goal for Russia early in the first period, is chasing it now. Took his man in on the boards, reaching for the puck and missed it. So did Fleury. Sakic leaving it for Blake. He banked one off the boards all the way down the ice, and that again is an icing call, this time against Canada.
One thing I've noticed about this Russian team, and Bob, you've done international games for quite a while, there are 9 right-handed shots on the Russian team. And don't you remember the Russian teams when Canada first started playing them? There would be no right-handed shots, all left. I can't come up with a reason for that, but that is one of the observations. Sergei Makarov's one of the assistant coaches. And of course, he was a big-time player in Russia for many years and had a good year or two in the National League. Won the Calder Cup, Calder Trophy, Rookie of the Year.
All the players on this Russian team are playing in the National Hockey League.
In the lineup tonight, right. They've only got one that doesn't. And he's not dressed yet.
We're referring to Sergei Berezan. Just as they knock it in.
Boy, he rifled that Malakoff. It didn't look like there was amounting to very much in the corner to the right of Curtis Joseph. And the next thing you know, Malakoff stepped off. Here he comes off the blue line, takes the pass, see him back up there at the top, and then just takes a wrist shot. So defensive zone coverage by Canada. Too many people turned and taking a look at Zamnov, and not enough of them looking over their shoulder to see where the point man came from.
And again, score again! Up high, did not go in this time. Went over Joseph. Boy, that looked like it got behind him, but it had to hit the crossbar. What has happened so quickly? Malakoff the goal, and now nearly another one.
They review that, Bob. I think you might find that that puck went in, but the goal judge didn't put the light on, and the referee can't do anything until the play stops if he decides to do anything.
We're going to see shortly. It sure looked like it got in under the bar, but however, here's Fedorov coming up. Now, that one is in.
Now, if the other one was in, do they both count?
They'll rule out.
Will they?
Well, yeah, I think they rule out this one.
Well, I think then they're only going to get one.
They should have been stopped if the first one had gone in. We'll watch Fedorov come in on this one.
Well, here, the first one was no goal. As you can see right there, that's the first one. The Russian bench was screaming at the referee saying it went in. But there's no doubt about the second one. So very quickly here in the first 2.5 minutes of this period, the Russians have tied the game.
2 goals in 39 seconds, so everything is clean. The first one is not a goal. Second one by Fedorov, no doubt. So the score is tied. 3-3 here in the second period. Joseph had to be careful. Nearly another right there quickly. This is Larionov back of the net up front. And luckily Gretzky was there to watch Zhitnik flying in off the blue line. Canada on their heels right now. Russia has come back quickly to tie it at 3. Larionov stepping up to center. Moves up over the line. Nobody bothers him. Thrown in front where Coffey was there to pick it up. And he got it out. Gretzky not giving chase, heading off. They're changing again. The pass is offside. Well, Russia with 2 goals in 39 seconds have tied it. 3-3 here in the second.
My friends, the floor is over. I repeat, the floor is over.
The more things change, the more things remain the same. X says it all since 1903.
So great.
Come away with me, Rob.
Could these be any better?
Matthew, pick up. I know you're there. Listen, you are hot, baby. ITM is talking multi-movie deal. CNT want you to direct. Stephen and David want you to run their studio. Oh, and Hostess, yeah, they want you to be their spokesman or something. Talk about small potatoes.
Hostess thing? Hostess thing?
Did you not hear the other part of the message there? What are you thinking?
With the offensive power that both these teams possess, quick goals may be one thing we'll see a lot of in the tournament. There was the first one by Malakoff, and the second one coming up by Fedorov, 39 seconds apart. Now, if that first goal had counted, and they looked at the replay, they would have counted that, taken the time off the clock, and the second one wouldn't have counted.
Well, they have 2 up on the board, 2 of them in a span of 39 seconds to tie the game as we hit the 5-minute mark of the second period. It is Canada 3, Russia 3.
Russia outscoring Canada 2-0 and outshooting them 6-0 here in the second period. So another slow start for Canada.
They gave up the first goal in the game to Russia. Kovalev at 2:18 of the first. But then it was all Canada. 3 in a row. But now it's Russia coming on strong. Yashin shot right into the midsection of Curtis Joseph, and he holds it. So it's 3-3 here in the second.
Oh, finally a night to myself. This is so great.
Come away with me, Rob.
Could these be any better?
Matthew, pick up. I know you're there. Listen, you are hot, baby. ITM is talking multi-movie deal. CNT want you to direct. Stephen and David want you to run their studio. Oh, and Hostess, yeah, they want you to be their spokesman or something. Talk about small potatoes.
Hostess thing? Hostess thing?
Did you not hear the other part of the message there? What are you thinking?
Kozlov on the puck for Russia. Sharp angle shot hit the side of the net. Primo trying to move it out. Kozlov is on it again. Centering it right onto the stick of Eric Lindros. He gets it out and rolled it up on the wing. Primo trying to hit Shanahan. Lindros! He missed on the short side. Bodies flying everywhere to the left of Harry Bolin. Russia back up the ice. Nikolishin dropped it back. They get in the slot area, and it's cleared back out to Lindros. Kasparaitis making a run at Lindros, who ducked down a bit, and Kasparaitis hit the boards hard. And a Russian player is down on the ice inside his own line down near the net. That's Seamak on the ice.
I didn't see what happened to him. Everyone's eyes were easily placed. They're going to give Shanahan a penalty for whatever happened to Seamak. Most people were watching Kasparaitis take the run at Lindros. Lindros ducked Kasparaitis, went right over top of him. But as that was going on, Seamak was hit somehow a high stick, according to the signal by referee Gregson. And Seamak is not on his feet yet. You can see he's now getting up. Here it is right here at the top of the screen. Just a nice little collision, but then the stick. And in the middle of your screen on the right, you can see Kasparaitis, who took about a 40-foot run at Lindros. Lindros saw him at the last minute and got out of the way. So it's a high sticking penalty.
And 2 minutes up on the board.
Eric Lindros had a nice chance, the only chance that Canada's had this period, and he shot it about 2 feet wide. And here comes Kasparaitis, who's taking a healthy run at Lindros. Lindros sees him and ducks, And at the same time that was occurring, Shanahan has called for high sticking down in the corner, and the Russians will now get a power play.
Gonchar made a big play on Lindros, not allowing the big guy to get a decent shot. There's Shanahan in the box. High sticking is the call. Russia with 2 quick goals here in the second to tie the game. Now with a man advantage.
Fetisov was over trying to talk to referee Gregson into more than 2 minutes for Shanahan, but failed.
Fedorov will be at center ice. Now he's decked by Messier near the blue line. Nobody saw that. Messier nailing Fedorov, but Fedorov back on his skates and coming out with the puck down the wing is McGillney. He cuts into the slot, back to Fedorov. To the line, Fedorov again, working it around outside. The shot misses the net. Again, Shipnick rolled it ahead. Fedorov, he's harassed. Took his time, trying to roll it ahead. Desjardins stole it from him, and Graves shot it down the ice. Canada changing the penalty killers. 3-3 tie at the 7-minute mark of the second period. Russia on a power play. Coming out, Zhitnik through center. Yuskevich knocked it ahead, in on the wing. Fedorov rolled it the rest of the way. Zhitnik couldn't keep it in. That was outside the line. Puck is kicked back to the net by Blake. On a delay for the offside. If they don't clear it, that's over. Down it goes. In the penalty, 50 seconds. Shanahan, the penalized player for Canada, in the box. Sergei Gonchar coming out and leaving it for Kozlov. Beats a high one in. Joseph couldn't trap it behind the net. Kasparaitis was up there. Zhamnov fired a pass in. Arianov got in front of the net, didn't get the relay though. And Domfus shoots it away. 30 seconds left on the power play for Russia. They've tied the game here in the second. It is 3-3 now. Kasparaitis again. Up across center is Kozlov, dumping it in on the net. Look out! Score! Joseph had no idea where it was. It was in behind him, near the line, and nobody could clear it.
Well, when the puck went in the net, there was a Russian player in the net. Now the question is, did he go in on his own or was he forced in? If he went in on his own, that goal won't count. If he was forced in, and that's why Gregson's calling upstairs to see why the Russian player was in the net when the puck went. But the first mistake was made by Curtis Joseph, who lost this puck. And I don't think that goal's going to count, because Larionov, in attempting to spear the puck and knock it into the net, went in on his own. And he was in the crease because the crease involves the net, or the area under the net. But there's the first problem. Now here comes Larionov. Nobody knocked him in. That goal should not count.
Malcolm Ashford is upstairs, the video replay goal judge.
No goal.
The chat has been done with the referee, Terry Gregson, and you're right, Fetisov, the captain, is being told now the score is still tied at 3.
Well, there's the video replay booth. And so they saw what we saw. It was an easy call for the video goal judge. Mihailov doesn't agree. But whenever you have a conference on a disputed goal, the player that leaves the conference first, he got the right decision. And there it is right there. I mean, an easy call. Larionov was in the net when the puck went in. If you're in the net, you're in the crease. He wasn't pushed, shoved, or thrown in there. He went in on his own, no goal.
That was not a major problem. He stabbed at it, you're right, and missed it. And kept going in behind the goaltender, Joseph. Then the puck arrived by everybody. No goal. Still 3-3. And the penalty now has expired. Shanahan is out of the box and knocks one down at center ice and rolled it ahead. But in behind Messier. Yuskevich turning back for Russia. And they're coming out. And across the line, Yashin throwing it at the net. And Joseph again stopped it with a stick this time. Taking no chances and held on to it. Kovalev threw a left hand in there on Coffey.
This fight could go on forever with no punches being thrown. Kovalev and Coffey. went to the net and kind of bumped Curtis Joseph, and then this is what resulted.
Watch it. Lemieux and Fetisov are squared off near the blue line. You see them up to the right of your screen now. There they go. And in the corner again, in on the boards.
Yashin and Foote are having quite a little conference here. And down in front of Curtis Joseph, Yuskevich is talking to Adam Graves.
But Lemieux and Fetisov were locked for a long time. Now we're having a little chat.
Well, they both players now know what the other had for the game meal. I can guarantee you that. Their faces were an inch apart.
Now Kovalenko wants a piece of Lemieux. This animosity was building from the exhibition game in Calgary. You could tell no love lost here. Just like the good old days. Russia and Canada. Let us go. Gregson will hand out more penalties. We'll tell you about that when we come back.
The World Cup brings you the greatest moments in hockey. Now, Canadian Tire brings the World Cup into your store. The best sale prices on brand name equipment, like Bauer Supreme 3000 junior and senior hockey sticks half price, and CCM Ultra Pro hockey skates just $69.99. Canadian Tire's World Cup of Hockey sale. It's here, it's now, and it's real. Canadian Tire. Everyday low prices.
Al?
Speaking.
It's Don.
The Donster.
It's about the car, Al.
Be here any day.
I'm buying a Nissan Altima instead.
Excuse me?
Altima, J.D. Power and Associates' best entry midsize car and initial quality in the U.S.
Really?
Yeah, I'm financing it at 3.8%.
4.8.
No, Al, 3.8. Of course, I could lease it for $299 a month.
$399?
No, Al, $299.
Standard, right?
Automatic.
Doors?
Oh, yeah.
Both sides?
Both sides.
Roof?
Buying a new car? Compare first, buy second. The 1996 Nissan Altima.
Two Russians in the penalty box. Two Canadians in the penalty box. Coffey and Foote are gone for roughing. Coffey got 4. Yashin and Kovalev, 2 minutes each for roughing. Coffey got the extra 2.
That might be the first 4-minute penalty Coffey's got in his career. Glenn Sather, I think, is going to face the fact that his team's going to be down a man for 2 minutes. The extra 2 Paul Coffey earned.
Canada hasn't had a shot on goal yet in this period. 9-0. Russia out shooting Canada, scoring 2 goals to tie it at 3, and they're on the move once more. Fedorov's shot was in off the boards. McGillney given a bump, kicking the puck ahead. Messier will clear it away and down the ice. 30 seconds gone in the Coffey minor. Canada right now shorthanded. Russia tying the game 3-3, and they're moving up on the power play. Straight across the blue line. McGillney tapped it ahead and lost it. Fedorov had a chance to move it. Now he will. Coming in with a shot off the arm of Joseph, up high on the glass, and it's trapped at the blue line by Gonchar. Play stop. Gregson has somebody else.
Russians are going to get a penalty. Vincent Domfus, I believe, was hooked off his feet by Nemchinov. And so the power play with 1:01 left will be negated. Tripping call. You're going to see it on the far side right there, as Domfus attempted to go out to the point to check his man and couldn't get there.
Sergei Nemchinov off for tripping, and no question about that one. Straight across the ice in front of Terry Gregson, the referee tonight. 3-3 tie, nearing the halfway mark of the second period. And the Russians move it up and shoot it in deep. Blake had to move in a hurry. Larionov giving chase. Blake again. Pulling away from Larionov. Linden shot it behind his own net for Niedermeyer. Coming away. Up to Blake. Took it on a skate. he lifted one in off the boards. It gets him back to the net. Kozlov had to drop back a bit before feeding it out to Larionov. Coming down with the defenseman Gonchar. He's number 55, but Larionov picked it up and kept going. Got it back to Kozlov, couldn't handle it. Kozlov on the boards against Trevor Linden. Pass picked off by Niedermeyer. He wants to go. Niedermeyer trying to pull away from Gonchar. Dropped it back. Shot. Damphus coming close. Good passing inside the line, and the drop pass for Damphus.
And the best save of the night by either goalie. Happy Bulin picked that baby right out of the air as it was heading in. A nice play by Niedermeyer, as you're going to see here, to fight off Gonchar, and then drops the puck to Damphus, who's going to come into the picture trailing Niedermeyer right here. And Damphus lets it go, and there's the stop.
10 minutes and 28 seconds it took for this first save by Happy Bulin. And you're right, it was a dandy.
And that shot, although it was from 34 feet out, Happy Bulin was about 15 feet out, so it was a 15-footer and a big stop on what looked like a Damphus goal.
So Canada 3, Russia 3. 9:32 left in the second period. 9 seconds left in the coffee. Penalty. Second minor picked up by Paul Coffey. Fleury is serving that extra 2, and he'll be on the ice in a second. Russia moving up. Fleury is out of the box. It's centered. Jitnik just missed it. Russia on the puck. Nikolishin coming in, leaving it. Kovalenko's shot. Not all of it, and he missed the net. 3-3 tie, and Canada moving out. Lindros stepping in lively with Gretzky. He tried to drop it back. That was intercepted. Gretzky stole it again, then was upended. Kovalenko doing great work and going back to the net with it. Hanging on to it. Nobody near him, so he just strides away to center, trying to shoot it in, and gave it away. Lead pass to Gretzky from Lindros. Back pass doesn't work. Gretzky can't keep it in at the line. So they get back on side quickly, and Niedermeyer shoots it in. Here comes Sakic. Back to the net. Big Lindros with Sakic there to help him. And Fleury. Fleury's pass by everybody. Gretzky going the other way with Messier taking his spot and had to hurry back. They were changing as the play continued. Messier now alive with a shot. Just missed. Hit Fedosov's stick and just missed the far corner. Cleared back out by Nemchinov. Fedorov takes a swing at it, comes in. Nemchinov with him. Nemchinov for the net. Great save by Joseph, sliding along in front of the goal crease. Mogilny beating it back, and the weak shot to Curtis Joseph, and he hangs on to it. We're still tied. 3 goals apiece.
Matthew, they want you on set. This is your big scene.
They really should just write me out.
Out of the scene?
No, actually, out of the whole show.
What?
I want to dedicate myself to these Hostess potato chips.
Why?
Well, they're really very good.
Matthew, are you nuts?
I am so not nuts. Here, try these. They're much better than before. Here, eat these. You eat these. Oh, okay. Oh, fabulous. Well, I believe my work here is done.